Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Boom Arigato, the cat that hands you your straw back. And to my left of here is the main man, Jesus Dinero, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, blood, and spicier content than your girl's OnlyFans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. In another conservative L, Jesse Waters goes on one of the weirdest takes I've ever heard. This man apparently says that as a man, you should never be using a straw. Never. And there is never an appropriate context, according to Jesse Waters, where you should be using the straw. And listen, I'm going to roll a video.
Women love masculinity, and women do not love Tim Walz. So that should just tell you about how masculine Tim Walz is. The other day, you saw him with a vanilla ice cream shake. Had a straw in it. Oh. Again, that tells you everything. On Monday, I covered Joe Biden's Thanksgiving trip to Nantucket. He polar plunged, did a little Black Friday shopping with Hunter, and he called one of our correspondents stupid. And we're willing to look past that little outburst, but some things we just can't let slide. Joe Biden used a straw. I'm sure Trump would agree that wasn't a good look. He's better than that.
Where, as you can see, Jesse Waters goes on a weird tangent in many different videos, basically saying, as a man, you should never use a straw because of the puckering your lips, sucking through the straw, so on and so forth. Listen, dog, Jesse Waters is the type of man to say, I'm not gay, I was just bi-curious, when describing some incidents that may have happened in his life. I am fully convinced after seeing these videos, which I was not aware of until very recently, that this man has had some sort of traumatic event happen to him in his younger life. Listen, it is such a weird thing to out of pocket say, no man should be using a straw, and these are the reasons why. It almost like this man is hiding something. It's almost like if you have to make this type of comment, something's going on, big dog. And listen. I don't care what you do in your personal life, Jesse Waters. What you do in the privacy of your own home, gentleman's club, what have you, is your own business. But dog, a straw? That's where you're saying gay. At a straw? Big dog, what are you talking about? Listen, again, I wasn't aware of this until very recently, that Jesse Waters has had this ongoing feud against straws, apparently. He also has weird issues with men should never eat soup. And if you're going to eat soup, you should eat soup in the privacy of your own home. That way you can suck it, slurp it, all the other weird things that he was saying. It's not manly. And he instead suggests that you eat a hearty stew. That's a real man's food, a hearty stew. Listen, dog, if you're gay, just say it. Nobody cares. Do you, homie? If you're really into, some of that weird stuff that you say that you're not into, come out, big dog. You'll be a lot happier. Such a weird thing to think. And listen, I know my man's going to touch on here a lot. I don't know what it is with conservatives lately and sucking, bringing up other men's semen, all these other weird things. Dog, what's up with y'all? Y'all saying that you're not weird, based on what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are saying? I feel like you guys are making the point for them. What do you think about that, my man?
Now, for context, the reason why Jesse Waters was saying all this because he was trying to discredit, Tim Walz, because he was drinking, like an ice cream with a straw or anything like that. It's one of those things where they're trying to discredit Tim Walz. Milkshake. Yeah. And look, if you want to try and do the fact that they're trying so hard to discredit this man. I think it was like Charlie Kirk that was like, oh, Tim Walz was reported by his wife that he couldn't get him off the Sega Dreamcast because he needed to get some work done and the man got distracted. Do you really want to vote for a man that spends all his time on the Sega Dreamcast? I'm like, dog, do you know who's voting for him? Like, that's exactly the kind of person that they would want. But whatever, that's neither here or there. My thing is, like, the fact that you're so fixated on what a real man should be doing. I'm like, why are you focusing on men this much, big dog? Like, it says something weird about you. They're like, oh, a real man should do this, real man should do that. Why are you focusing on that? Why are you focusing on? Oh, I don't like straws because I mean, if you think about it, you know, you're puckering your lips and you're sucking a thick liquid down your throat. I'm like, dog, you're doing too much, dog. Like it's some weird stuff. I remember, I remember there was some dude that tried to make the Tim Walz thing weird because I think it was like son was like 17 years old, and they were like, well, I mean, if you put it into context, Tim Walz was about 43, or I think it was like 47. Was 47 years old when he first had a son. Now, would you be okay with drinking 47-year-old milk? I'm like, dog, why are you thinking about a 47-year-old man's milk like that? Like it said, like the case of the conservatives being weird. I was like, oh, I'm not weird. You're weird. I'm like, then why are you focusing in on this big dog? Like you're the weird one if you're thinking too deeply about drinking milkshakes like for this long to be thinking, I'm not gonna lie, that's gay. I was like, why are you focusing on that?
Listen. I think it's weird. Again, it's not the only thing. Apart from this weird straw thing with Jesse Waters, apart from the soup thing with Jesse Waters, the little cups. If you all remember the little weird cups that JD Vance was handing out as a form of discussing the topic of
What was it? A family creation.
family creation. Yeah, it's like, dog, what's up with y'all? This is hella weird. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. And listen, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of dumb shit that the Democrats say all the time. I will fully admit that. I personally am an independent, but I'm fully willing to admit that both parties do some real dumb things and say some real weird stuff. But for some reason, the conservatives have been on one lately. Listen, I think it's hilarious. Again, any man that sits there and takes advice on what a real man is from someone outside of their family, I think is weird. Listen, we all grew up with fathers. We all grew up with fathers that tell us, hey, you know, this is your responsibility as a man. Go to your fathers. Go to your grandfathers. Go to your uncles. But for some random on the internet, some random that, let's be honest, Jesse Waters, you've gotten some work done, big dog. Everybody can see that orange-like Oompa Loompa tan you got going on. Everyone can see how back your wig is. Listen, for you to be telling other men what is a real man is real suspect to me. Also, I'm pretty sure my man here brought it to my attention. There's been a couple of videos where you've been seen sucking down some macchiato coffee or whatever the hell it is on the morning shows. Big dog, stop it. Stop it.
It was with the whipped cream too.
With the whipped cream too. Listen, big dog, if you can switch teams, that's fine. Just don't be trying to put that on somebody else. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.